It's gonna be really weird when I post all these videos because I'm recording, editing, and posting them all out of order. So this video should, at least where I'm, of course, where I'm at. This technically is the last video I've recorded, but this will be the first one that's uploaded in the recent set of videos that I've recorded. So I guess it's just like I don't know, it'll be kind of weird, but whatever. It's all right. I do this frequently, and you usually don't notice. My voice is a little rough. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm just like, I don't know if it's like allergies or just something else, but my throat's a little raw, so I'm gonna try and power through this one. Also, yeah, those are the Jack specific figures in the background. I need to unbox and review those guys as soon as I get their big, like 12-inch Godzilla or whatever he is. They didn't have them at Walmart when I went, which finally my Walmart's finally got them on May 1st. So, or actually I think they got them like later than May 1st because I just saw them yesterday, May 10th for me, but whatever, it's all right. Alright, what's up everybody, Demon back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla King of the Monsters news and updates, chapter times in the description below. Skip to whichever story you want. We're going to jump right into it. There is a Godzilla race car and driver that I will cover in another video. Like I said, I'm recording these out of order so I can predict the future in terms of what I cover in the next videos. These are just new pictures of it. We got the picture of the car, the helmet, and the guy. Pretty cool. There is Godzilla King of the Monsters postcards. We have one for each character: Godzilla, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and Mothra. It's a very animated art style. Looks like these are going to be Godzilla store exclusives though. Images of the new Godzilla 2019 theater standee have been popping up all over the place, and it is really cool. It's a picture of Godzilla firing his atomic breath into the sky and Ghidorah in the background. You got Madison in the foreground. It is actually a lot more impressive in person than you'd think. I saw this thing at the theater when I went to see Endgame a few of the times that I saw Endgame, and it's really cool. Yeah, I think this is awesome. In Japan, rather than doing the theater standees, they have a massive Ghidorah banner that I've seen popping up from different theater locations all across the country. Really cool. Just a nice little banner that sits on top of like the concession stand area. They also have giant Godzilla banners out there in Japan that sit outside on buildings and whatnot with Godzilla firing his atomic breath. They have little promotions for like the anime movies and Shin Godzilla as well, but that's not the main focus of it very clearly. We have an image of Michael Dougherty posing in front of Godzilla's new display out there in Japan. Really cool. I've seen this thing all over the internet. It is, you got your giant Godzilla 2019 there in the middle. Interesting picture with the red eyes, very weird. And then it's clearly promoting King of the Monsters, but behind him you have Godzilla's legacy. So you have a whole bunch of the posters for the movies. I don't actually think they have every poster there. I've heard some people online saying that they are missing some. With a quick glance, the only ones that I can see they're missing would be 98 and the anime series. I think they have the rest of them. I have heard people say though that they are missing some. But from what I can see, like I said, from what I can see, they have them all. So Michael Dougherty got to go to Toho recently, a little bit ago, and when there he got to take some pictures with Godzilla, and Ken Watanabe was also there, which is pretty cool. We've actually talked about that on the channel before. I think I've posted that video. I can't even remember what I posted anymore, but I think I posted the video where we talked about the two of them going and doing an early screening for Godzilla there at Toho. So we just have more images of them at Toho, which is cool. There was an advanced screening for Godzilla King of the Monsters last night, May 10th, held in California. I'm actually not sure where it was held, but it was a big premiere. It seemingly went very, very well. We have lots of images of O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Michael Dougherty hanging out there. They did a whole speech introing the thing. They gave a presentation. There's a Godzilla suit there, someone in a Godzilla suit. They have a massive Godzilla head on top of a building that O'Shea and Dougherty, they hit it at the same time, hit this button, and it shot a giant beam into the skies to emulate the atomic breath. Really cool. Lots of fun stuff seemingly happened there. Lots of celebrities there, or like not like huge celebrities, but lots of YouTube celebrities from what I saw. I saw a lot of YouTubers there, or like Twitch streamers there, which is funny. It seemingly went very well, which is a very good thing. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear that it went well. We have initial fan reactions, and there are some very good ones and some very interesting ones, so I'll break them down very quickly for you. Starting out, a lot of people said that this was the best MonsterVerse entry so far, which is, of course, what we want to hear. We don't want to hear them be like, yeah, this is the worst of the MonsterVerse, so that'd be a little disappointing, but everyone's been saying saying that this is the best MonsterVerse movie so far. Everyone's throwing shade at 2014. I guess no one liked that movie. I like it. But everyone's like, oh man, 2014 sucked. This is what we wanted. So, okay, I understand. I understand the complaints. I just think that the movie was a good movie. Supposedly, this is everything us Godzilla fans have been waiting for, which is awesome. That'll be nice. It will reinvigorate fans' interest in Godzilla for generations. I'm actually sure it will. This definitely has a lot riding on it. If this movie is successful, which I think it will be, yeah, Godzilla's franchise will be back at it in full force. I mean, it's already kind of here, right? We have Shin Godzilla, Godzilla 2014, the anime series. We've never had this much Godzilla going on at once. So I'd already say that the franchise is really strong at the moment, but if King of the Monsters kills it, that'll be amazing. That'll just push it into a new era of Godzilla. I don't know. It'll be a huge deal. There's lots of kaiju in this film, and that'll keep everyone entertained and interested. So I'd assume, yeah, they're talking about more than just our 4 Toho boys, probably the 17 and counting that Serizawa talks about in trailer 3. There is homages and Easter eggs and everything like that, which is what Michael Dougherty has been telling us for a long time. He's been saying, pay attention to the name of the Monarch operatives on the walls in the Monarch base, because we have names like Haruo Nakajima that make it in there, and there's other crew members and cast members and characters from previous Godzilla movies and franchise history that will have tributes throughout the series or throughout the movie, and then there's going to be lots of Easter eggs and references in the film, of course. I find the quote, Serizawa lives up to his name, very interesting. I don't know exactly what that means. What does Serizawa's name imply? That he's going to sacrifice himself while using the oxygen destroyer? I don't know. Could be seemingly a big possibility for this new King of the Monsters movie, but I'm very glad to hear that. I'm super happy to see Serizawa has had a big push in the marketing. He's been involved in lots of the TV spots, the trailers, some HD images. I've enjoyed seeing Ken Watanabe going and doing a whole bunch of press for the movie. Gets me very excited because Serizawa is one of my favorite characters, I mean, you know, really from Godzilla franchise history. The first Serizawa, the original character, is my favorite Godzilla human protagonist ever. And I think Ken Watanabe's version of Serizawa is also a very interesting character that they don't give as much attention to in 2014 as they should have. So I'm very happy to hear that in 2019 it sounds like he's going to finally get that respect and have a little bit more to do. The most interesting thing that we've heard coming out of the Godzilla King of the Monsters early reactions, though, by far, is the quote that there is another familiar monster that will make an appearance, that will return. That's what they say. A familiar monster makes a return, and it's apparently based off the guy who saw the movie. He was tweeting about it. It is not a Toho monster, and it is not Kong. So I have a few possibilities as to what this could be. Originally, I was just going to say, yeah, it is Kong, but the guy is very adamant on Twitter about that it's not Kong. So I think there's a few possibilities here. Number one, the most disappointing for a lot of fans, I'd be 100% okay with this because, you know, I just like it, would be the return of a Muto. You know, I don't know if he's referring to the dead Muto that we see in the trailer, the Muto head of the female Muto who was decapitated in 2014, or if he's referring to a living Muto, assuming that he is referring to a Muto. If a living one pops up, that'd be cool. Maybe it's the Muto Prime that we saw in Godzilla Aftershock. That'd be very interesting. I would be surprised if Muto Prime appears in the movie, though, if I'm honest. It could be. That could be what he's talking about, is just the return of a Muto. Maybe he just means in flashback, so he's like, yeah, we get to see flashbacks to 2014, and in those flashbacks, we see the Mutos. That might disappoint some fans based off how much hype he gave it on Twitter, or really he didn't. He mentioned it in passing. He was like, yeah, another familiar monster makes a return. Be excited. And then everyone else blew up about it, and so he was just responding to tweets about it. And I have that whole thing linked down below if you want to check it out. Another interesting monster that could return, I don't know, it could be a Toho-esque monster that he's referring to. He's like, it's not Toho or Kong, but it is familiar in terms of like, it looks like Anguirus, but it isn't, or, you know, it kind of is like Destroya, but is not Destroya, something like that. It could be a situation similar to that. It could just be set up to a monster in the future where he's like, yeah, this is like, maybe they're setting up for Space Godzilla, an interesting familiar monster will make a return. Or it could be like something entirely different. Maybe Yongari strolls into the film and they're like, hey, look who that is, or Gorgo shows up, or Gamera flies by. Gamera's not gonna fly by. You never know. Maybe Gorgo or Yongari shows up. I have no idea. So that has me very interested to see what exactly he's talking about. If I had to place money on it, though, I'd say it's a Muto. I'd say that's what he's referring to, is the Mutos will come back and we'll get to see them again in flashback, or just the dead things, or whatever. We'll see them again. I will say that even despite all of the positive reception and feedback feedback this movie has gotten, for whatever reason, it like didn't have the effect on me I thought it would. I thought I'd see it all and be like, oh, awesome, this is gonna be great, everyone loves the movie. But for whatever reason, I read it and I'm a little skeptical. I'm like, are we filtering reviews here? I'm still gonna go into King of the Monsters with moderated expectations. That's not to say that I'm not excited for the movie. Of course I am. I'm super excited for King of the Monsters, but I'm not gonna go into it going, this will be my Godzilla movie, the #1 Godzilla movie of all time. It probably won't be my #1 Godzilla movie of all time forever, you know? So I'm still gonna go into the film with moderated expectations. I advise everyone else to do the same, because I don't want to see everyone get disappointed because they all thought it was gonna be this amazing masterpiece, better than the 54 movie, better than whatever your favorite is, I don't know, and then it just doesn't wind up being better than that one. Even if you're like, oh, it's #2, but I really hoped it would be #1. You know, that's like, I'm not gonna get that excited. I'm not gonna be like, this is gonna be in my top 5 guaranteed. I'm just gonna go into the movie and be like, this is gonna be a Godzilla movie, hopefully it's good, and then let's see how it is. You know, that way it won't have the option of either being like, I love it so much, or it's a disappointment. Like, I don't want to have that kind of dynamic with this movie where it's either everything or nothing for me. And so you know, I'm just gonna say, maybe you should keep that in mind when you're going in the movie for yourself. All right, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time for the next Godzilla King of the Monsters news and updates. D-Man out.